Well, hello, everybody.
Hi.
Live.
Hey,
Welcome
pretty
to,
cool opening there, guys.
yeah, that's brand new. That was made for us by
Sean Soper.
Sean Soper, music by Mark Jager. And
Jagger.
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 I might as well not talk tonight.
No relation to
nothing's- Nothing's coming out right.
I was gonna say, you got Jagger? Very cool.
So, hello, everybody. We have about 3 people in so far. Carly, Mandy, and Heidi. Good to see y'all. So, I think we're really excited to hear what Beth and Barry have to say. But just so everybody knows who we all are, we're all a part of the M.A.P.I.T team. There's a few members that aren't here tonight. Of course, we have Deb and RJ, Beth and Barry, and our fearless leaders, Stephanie and Daniel.
Fearless.
Well, you guys are the ones that like go out and shoot the episodes, and poor Stephanie has to go to these.
I was going to say one of us goes out and shoots the episodes. The other one just tries to avoid it as much as she possibly can.
But she's a trooper. She goes with you.
All of my best moments are with her.
Aw.
I know that was
a sweet
a
Valentine.
compliment.
And tonight we are going to be talking about Beth and Barry's adventures in the Southwest in New Mexico. So we're excited to hear that. And last year they went and had some interesting, I hope you caught that last year, some interesting things happen out there as well. So we're excited and we want to hear what happened.
Yes. So,
Okay. Well, maybe we could start with Daniel talking about what he was able to get last year, because we got to kind of build on it. So,
yes.
Daniel, would you mind telling what you were able to get off of our recordings?
Well, I didn't really do that much. Mostly it was you guys. So, but I know last year Beth and Barry were in New Mexico. They were a little ways away from the Roswell crash site, as close as they could get at the time. And they were running one of the Echovox systems. Barry was running Echovox R, which is it's kind of like a tonal generator. It doesn't really have a voice bank or anything to it. If you know your ITC apps and devices, and they started getting a voice coming through that the device. And to me, it was very, very cool because I've never heard a voice come through that at all. And the voice really, it's hard to make out sometimes, but sometimes it's at the same time very clear, very whispery. And it just kind of kept repeating the same thing over and over. And what it was saying perpetually was, in the end. It just kept repeating that over and over, in the end. Like it was waiting for a response, like it wanted, like that was what it was throwing out to them, and it was waiting for something to come back. Now I still feel like there's more in those audio clips that I've not yet been able to pull out. I do keep experimenting with it, but I feel that there are some other sentences in there as well, hidden in the different layers of the noise and the sound. But the gist of it was, and I at one time I had counted how many times it came through, but I want to say it was like 11 or 12 times this thing says, in the end. It'll even repeat, in the end, like it's really trying to get that response back. And so to me, that was one of the, I think that was the coolest clip probably that we had heard all year, honestly. And it's very interesting, and I've developed a lot of new theories based off of it and a lot of different things. And so that's why it's really exciting for us that Beth and Barry were able to go back there and hopefully find some more interesting things about whoever that was they were communicating with. As far as debunks for it and stuff, short of somebody with a lot of technology being able to cut in there, which I'm sure the military or something could do. I really feel like this was a communication from a being that was not us, that was something else that was trying to communicate. So very, very cool.
Off planet.
Very whispery.
Yes.
It's almost like they were whispering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the military wouldn't say.
So yeah, we also went to the largest array, and we did some Echovox there, and we got some interesting stuff there too, didn't we, Daniel?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, the whole area is very much a hot zone for both like extraterrestrial activity, but also for military activity. So it does make you wonder. But like RJ said, sort of somebody really like pranking, like why would a military guy come on and be like, in the end, I mean, they'd be on there, like, hey, get off of this, don't be, it's like, it doesn't make sense. So it's interesting. So.
Yeah, I want to say hi real quick to Jason Brock, and I know Amy's there too. So hi guys.
Hey.
Daniel, I happen to know that you have those clips on YouTube.
Yes, they are there. Stephanie, where are they?
On YouTube.
Well, that was real helpful.
I know they're on my
somewhere on YouTube, right?
Communion, but
My Haunted Diary.
They're on one of the episodes.
It's hard to just say My Haunted Diary on YouTube because there's another channel with the same name.
Oh.
So it's hard. I don't want to just say, oh yeah, go look up My Haunted Diary on YouTube because it'll.
Well, would it be
pull up
like
the other
communion?
person.
If you add communion to it, My Haunted Diary communion.
should
It
work.
should. In all honesty, the easiest way probably to find it is through Facebook.
Go
To
from
look
there.
us up through Facebook. Given a second here, I'll try and let you know what episode that is because I don't remember for sure, but I should have it right here in about 12 seconds. So.
Timing.
Okay, well, it might be a little bit longer than that. So.
So
Talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I go here. I think it looks like it's episode 12 probably, or yeah, I don't know. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll get back to you.
Probably the best way would be the best way to be able to find it and enjoy it the best would probably just be to listen to every one of the episodes.
Every single episode.
and make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes.
Because there's only like 50 or 60 or episodes,
subscribe to My Haunted Diary Communion.
And look for that
You
face.
can
there.
subscribe.
Or
Yeah,
that
Daniel's
face.
name
One of
is on
those
every
two
one.
faces there.
Yeah. And hi to Donna and Michelle.
So
if anybody has questions,
we
we'll get to
were.
those now.
Oh, sorry. Are you saying hi?
No, I'm done now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so we got to go back, which was we went back in the daytime, which was different. I mean,
right.
The road looked the same, but of course, different. And there was just another feeling of we're in the right place. I feel like we're in the right place. And so Barry started pointing out things like posts that were in odd places and circles of stones and just odd things. And I'm going to tell you, poor Daniel and Stephanie, when they go to do reviews for us, they got their work cut out for them. They'll have some laughs because sometimes I was filming when I didn't know I was filming, and the whole thing.
We're all about laughs.
So during it all, we saw this little ranch, and I was kind of nervous about the little ranch because I thought they might not want us on that road, even though it was a public road.
Right.
And then I decided to take a picture of the name of it, Hubcorn Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And just to remember exactly where it was and everything.
Right.
And then I thought, well, I'm going to Google the name of that ranch to see how close they think it. Oh my gosh, you got to Google it. It's there's controversy. There's two belief systems here that this was the crash site, or the crash site was another 50 miles away. Then there's people that believe that that's the same crash site, only the debris came down in different places. And then there's people that believe there's 2 or 3 other crashes that happened at the same time.
Yeah.
And we were exactly, last time we said, oh, we're probably a mile. No, we were at the exact site.
We were within, because it was dark, when we were there last time. And
right.
The road turns into basically like a 2-track, and it's all washed out. Of course, and we've got a little Chevrolet HHRs, so front wheel drive. So there's no way we could make it up there or anything.
Right.
But this time, after doing more research and we got out and parked this time and walked there and stuff. And from everything that we have read on Google and things of that nature, where the posts are that marks the crash site and stuff, we were only like 110 yards
from it
that night from it last year.
Which makes me feel like what we got last time was even more incredible.
Right.
And then this time they were chatty. I did get an FU.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was towards me because they were talking among themselves too.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm sorry. Did I say something or do something, or are we in the wrong place? And then she said, jerk, the same voice. So I don't know. It didn't feel like it was towards me, but I had to laugh.
We're hoping not.
Because it's really clear. I mean, really clear. And we feel like Time Stream could be there. It could have been there because we had Tom and Seth. Some, coming in and out, trying to help us. It felt like they were trying to help us. And I can't think of all the words, but there was a lot of good responses to my questions.
Yeah.
Would make sense. And, they kept saying things about Earth, a lot about Earth. Was it dry? Is that what they kept saying about dry? Or, and here we are in the desert. Yeah.
Right.
So, and I just kept filming and kept stopping and filming because I'm having trouble sending if it's more than 3 minutes, the video. Yeah. So I'm hoping I didn't miss anything in those times of going off and coming back on. But Barry has a lot of it on the EchoVox himself. So we're hoping we got it all, but that'll be a future show. And probably I'm hoping a communion video.
We're going to make the effort. Yes. So, yep.
Did you guys do? Did you guys do any?
I'm sorry.
Did you do any EVPs?
Yeah, I did. No. Yeah. I did the recording the whole time too. Yeah, I got to send you the recording, Jet. You're going to get a lot of the same stuff, but you might get something different.
Yeah.
I tried to send you some, you needed some video of the area for that. And another odd thing was nobody obviously has been going down the road much. I just felt like there was sage growing in the middle of the road.
Oh, wow.
And I just felt like it was a gift. Like they had somehow left us a sage. So that was, it was silver sage just in the middle of the road. That was pretty cool.
And that was near Roswell, right? Or near the crash site. So you'd think every road would have a lot of people in it.
Right. Yeah, it's I guess I say the name of the road on the video. I'm not sure I should have, but it's if you do enough research, you can find out the name of the road. So just say it. It's Bitterroot Road.
I guess I have a question, I guess, that just makes me wonder now, did you guys encounter any other people out there kind of doing the same thing, looking for UFOs?
No, we passed one person on the road on the way out, and I had a road grader. They were grading the main road on the way, the Bitterroot Road or whatever.
Yeah, interesting.
It goes for, once you leave the main highway on Bitterroot Road, it's like I say, it's basically like a 2-track or whatever, but they were grading it or whatever. And it probably goes 7-8 miles back
Further.
to the ranch or whatever before you
Interesting.
get to the ranch. And then you have to take off on the old road then and go a little ways and stuff to find it or whatever. So
Yeah.
So the
Now-
circle of rocks we found out later, we thought might have been where the craft land finally came still at.
Mhm.
No, it was where they found a body, supposedly. So they've marked that with rocks. But,
Wow.
you know, Barry always notices these things I don't notice. I wouldn't have noticed the circle of rocks. But
Right.
he said that way before we ever read the story. He says, I wonder what that circle of rock has to mean something. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that is kind of odd that it's out there. And you can kind of see a post where they had once, because they used to do tours. So they must have once had a sign up there that said
Right. Right.
site or whatever. But
Interesting.
no, it almost looked like it was. I'm not sure that it was not vacant, the ranch. We didn't see
Yeah,
any life forms.
yeah, I mean, I know it's still a working ranch, but the old ranch house and the barns and stuff there they're abandoned or whatever. But the gate is
Weird.
still fairly kept up, so I don't know if they built a new house farther back or whatever.
Right. Right.
You know, on the ranch itself or whatever. But it is all gated and fenced, and of course we didn't cross the fence or anything because we're being respectful, and you know, no trespassing signs. We got as close as we could, and
You don't want to get
It is
arrested.
Right.
Not unless it's
Yeah.
for a real good cause. Like if you see an alien, maybe
well,
I'd think about going then. So
If
I
I
might
seen
have
a
to.
skeleton laying out there or something, I may have, you know,
yeah, exactly.
but
Yeah, supposedly one survived in the crash, and he lived
Mhm.
for a few years, and they called it even one. They're evens, they call it. But yeah, so and there's the latest story I told you guys earlier. Supposedly they were shot down by the Greys because evens are smaller Greys.
Right.
Yeah.
They were not getting along at the time. I guess things have changed since, but yeah, 3 of them were shot down apparently.
Yeah, it made me feel like the story about the other crash site that was like 50 miles from, it was like 75 miles from Roswell. So why would you call it the
Right.
Roswell? Doesn't make sense. But I felt like they wanted to take you away from the area we were in. Like they're trying to get everybody to
Yeah.
go away from there.
Misdirection. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also had to do with money because the UFO museum there was competing with a different museum that had this belief, and they didn't like that. They had a different story because it took away from their pockets. I don't know how else to say it. The
Isn't
money
that
that
the
was
norm? That's
Huh?
the norm? That's really the norm of these stories to
Yeah.
have them all, confusing and messed up. So, but,
right.
yeah.
And then there was a third one. It kind of makes a triangle if you look at the three beliefs crash sites. And the third one, they found some kind of material that I guess they're still trying to figure out what it is. It was all melted, and they think it's an artifact from the crash site, but they still haven't been able to identify the material.
Yeah, and Ancient
From it,
Aliens,
so-
Giorgio and Linda Moulton Howe and this other guy has been going out there. They went out with some metal detectors, and they found some strange stuff, like wires and stuff, and they had it analyzed, and it was very, very different than what would have been around that time.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's been some stuff found that, and Linda Moulton Howe has a piece of metal that they cannot figure out what the heck it is, the way it's put together. And,
It doesn't seem to be from this planet.
Yeah.
Right.
well, we definitely seen some. This is like the high desert country or whatever, so we definitely seen a few things out there that were out of place. I'll just leave it at that. And we'll talk more about this later when we're face to face and stuff.
Okay.
But we found some things that I think you guys will find interesting or whatever.
Cool.
So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so the listeners know this, we're hearing this for the first time as well.
Right.
We haven't heard any of this. So I'm sitting here, I'm getting goosebumps, and I just want to know, I want to hear the evidence. I'm so excited.
I've been starting to listen to some back on my phone. And like Daniel always talks about how you're looking for the same voice.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. A lot of that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is being said always, but I can tell that the same voices are coming underneath the other chatter.
Well, we need Stephanie for that because she's got the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So happy that you guys are doing it. I don't know when we'd find time. We're having too much fun. Sorry.
We haven't found time yet, so it might be a little bit here yet, but
It's fine. Whenever,
we'll get
there's
there,
no hurry.
Yeah.
You might come back and find us frozen in the ice or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be in a lot of areas with dark skies.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm trying to watch the moon because last time we were at Elephant Butte, it was almost full moon, and it's hard to have dark skies when it's full moon.
Right.
So I'm hoping we're a couple places when the moon isn't in its full phase.
Yeah.
So,
It's pretty full right now, I think. So if you a little ways out, it's like it's been
we've got
pretty full the last few days, I think. So
yeah, we got a couple days somewhere else, and then we go back to Elephant Butte.
Right.
And then, but we're going to be in Arizona in the desert, so that's going to be dark skies. So
Right.
And a lot of stories in Arizona, I understand too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like we're leaving the possibilities of having other experiences.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So what you guys think of those pictographs and grass or the hieroglyphic? What do we call them?
Those are incredible. I mean, we've seen them before. These, to me, Barry, didn't look as alien as the ones that we've seen. Where did we see those? In Oklahoma?
Albuquerque.
Oh, well, it was in New Mexico then.
Yeah. There's some that were, but there's a lot of very strange symbols too. One I found unique was if you've seen the pictures that were posted or whatever. One of them's like an infinity symbol, which just really baffled me.
Right.
And
a peace sign. But actually, it's a turkey paw, I think. It's supposed to be.
But the site we were at Sunday, I guess it was, or whatever, right? Sunday. Within the little area there, there's like 21,000.
And that's just the discovered
and they're still discovering them.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, on the sign that's posted there, it says like 20,000. And we were talking to the guy before we went in, and he said, make sure you go off these little short paths and stuff and check. He says, because if there's a little path there, they're leading to something. And he says, there's over 21,000 now. And he said, we're still, finding them. And it's amazing. They're just everywhere. It's so cool.
So what kind of feeling did you get when you see them? Did something catch your eye or?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that caught my eye. And of course, 21,000. We probably got maybe 100 pictures between all of us here or whatever. So.
There was a hand with 6 fingers. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, really?
Fingers.
That's interesting.
Like I said, we've posted some of the really unique ones or whatever on our Facebook page or whatever. So, you're more than
there's a lot of
there and
a controversy of whether they look alien or if it's natives dressed up in their ceremonial garb but
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Barb. We love you, girlfriend.
Hi, Barb.
I just want to take a second and thank Candace for sharing it.
Hey, Candace. Hi.
and thank Barb and Julie and
Yeah.
Michelle and everybody for being here, Terry. Now, Mandy lives in Australia.
Hi,
And
Mandy.
she's, I'm not sure where Salt Lakes is, but
Oh yeah.
here it's in Australia. So,
Well,
yeah,
the area we're
sightings are
in,
really increased.
yeah, the area we're in now. If you don't know about White Sands, that's where it was the first atomic bomb, right? Set
Yeah.
off. And there's times the area's closed because they're missile testing. So there's a lot of military presence, and it is a gorgeous area, though. I mean, it looks like, why is this white sand here in the middle, of nothing?
It's very alien looking
It
almost.
is.
I mean, it does not look like you're
It
on
is.
our planet anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
And of course, it's Jensen from it's an ancient
Selenite. It's selenite.
mhm.
ancient seabed or
Yeah.
whatever, but they got because of the Air Force base or whatever that they they tested the Mars rover out there and stuff because it's basically the same landscape as what's on Mars where the rover landed or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
they did a lot of testing out there and said the soil's very, very similar and stuff. And yeah, of course, there's it's so we're in between two different mountain ranges here, where it's a very flat plateau valley with the salt flats or the Salt Lake sand dunes there and everything, which reminded me of what the young lady just said a second ago there. But Mandy, so there of course is with not only the military aircraft out here, but there is a lot of sightings in this valley here and stuff too. So
I think
very unique.
One was a report from one of the security guards, and he was out at getting ready to open the gate. I think it was years ago, and this huge thing came and hovered, and he said he could see through it, but it was mechanical. It wasn't like a sun flare or anything like that, and he couldn't see any people or beings in it, but it was it just like it reminded me of the story I tell about the thing I saw in the sky, and it just kind of collapsed on itself at one point and was gone. And he went in to tell the guys about it, like, did you guys see that? And nobody else, of course, had seen it. But they didn't seem surprised. So I don't know if they had things that they wouldn't talk about or whatever. But I mean, it would be the perfect place for, if not aliens, for them to test things and try things out that they didn't want anybody else to know about. So it's very, I don't know. There's, again, like the feelings. I go a lot with feelings. It's a very peaceful, beautiful, serene place, but it feels mysterious. Very mysterious.
Yeah. I read tonight one of my favorite sci-fi movies, Dune. I think was filmed there, part of it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We had gone to another one on our way through Texas, and it was more of the brown sands, but it was in the desert, and it was just sand dunes everywhere. Unfortunately, it was surrounded by oil rigs, those things that go up and down, and smelled terrible because of petroleum. But again, all of a sudden, the story is that it was like a bowl. And when this desert was once a sea, but it got blown in after the ice age from Colorado and Arizona, and got stuck in this bowl, and that sand's never been able to get out again. So yeah, glad that they made these in the national parks, by the way, instead of, there could have been drilling right there,
Right.
Yeah. That would be sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be so sad.
When I was looking at the photos that you guys have on Facebook of you guys walking in that white sand, it was like I felt this rise in energy. So is that what you feel there?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Breathtaking.
Yeah, it's
Unexplainable, huh?
if you see
Mystical.
some of the pictures where they, because it shifts all the time, so they clear the road with road graders and stuff. It almost, you would think you were in northern Michigan
Yeah, it looks like
with all the
snow.
snow right now and stuff.
And that's how
mean,
they
Yeah.
plow it.
just-
They plow it.
They plow it like that, and
Yeah.
everything.
Gosh.
It's banked up on the roads, the sides of the road there. It looks like snowdrifts and stuff. I mean, this is pure white sand. It is just phenomenal, but and it's real fine. There's a pretty well. There was a video yesterday of me sledding down the hill, and it didn't end pretty. So
I had one of those too.
I'm hoping it doesn't get posted. But,
Well, do you guys
Yeah.
do you guys
Yeah,
think
I mean,
that
if you put it in water, it would dissolve eventually because it's gypsum. It's selenite.
So very soft, very
Yes.
yeah, it is very soft to walk in, and it's just it's different. I don't have
It had
how else to
areas where
describe it.
snow was on it, which was weird too to see because we had a cold snap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and the plants and the animals that have been able to exist there, they have those lizards are pretty alien, I'll have to say. Some of them don't have ears, and
a lot of the lizards there they've got biologists and environmentalists coming in to study them all the time because the lake bed, the lizards there have turned white, and even just outside it. So like here in we're about, I'm gonna say 13 to 18 miles away from White Sands Desert right now, or whatever. And the same species of lizard here in this area is a black lizard. And just in 7,000 years, the lizards in the White Sands there have become, they're not albino. They have just, their skin has turned white to the sand or whatever. And so that's one thing that the scientists are really amazed with, is how fast that evolution has taken place for them and stuff. That the white lizards will not breed with the other lizards outside of that area. Any other lizards, even though they're the same family and everything, they won't interbreed.
Because you're going to end up with like zebra striped lizards.
Exactly. Or
I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah.
Zebra
So I
stripe.
thought it was very interesting. I mean, it's and of course, like a lot of them have they've lost their ears and things like that. They've closed over stuff to keep the sand out and stuff. And
that sand gets in everything. Believe me, everything.
Do you think any of that had to do with the radiation?
Well, some of it could, I guess, but I mean, this part, the sea has been here for, the sea was here, 20,000 years ago or whatever.
And the blast site was like, what, you think it's like actually, 30 miles away?
I think the actual, where they tested the nukes and stuff was, or the atomic bomb was, it's actually up close to Santa Fe. So yeah, it's probably, I'm going to say a couple 100 miles or so from here.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, I don't know though, because when we were in, here's another odd thing we found and we stayed at. Did you see where we stayed in the lava? We stayed in a lava bed.
No.
Place. And who knew that New Mexico had lava?
Right. Yeah.
So we're staying in this beautiful black lava, it's like this. And they have a boardwalk where you can walk all through it. And then on the other side are these beautiful mountains with snow and just beautiful. But it's such a diverse place that I could see that a lot of, if something from somewhere else wanted to come to a unique part of the earth, I think that this could be the place so they could see a little bit of everything that's been happening on the earth, you know.
Right.
So, yeah. So
Now, have you guys been doing any night sky watching?
yes, somewhat, but we were trying to get used to this 2 hour
Yeah.
thing. But the sky is amazing when it's it's just amazing. I guess honestly, RJ, I was probably saving it more for when we're out away from all the cities,
Okay.
the true dark skies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone to some interesting paranormal places though. The Hanging Tree in Goleth. Am I saying it right? Goliad. We got a lot out of that. I laughed. I sent it all to you guys. That I don't. Sometimes you just can't believe what happens while you're doing something, you know. And here I am. We're filming, getting EVPs, doing Echo Vox, and Ghostbusters come on over the town speakers singing because they had music pumped in.
Right.
And it was all about how many murders they had hung and all this stuff. And the next song that came on was, what was it called? Rhapsody, where they just killed a man, put a gun against his head. That one, you know. And I thought, well, that's strange too, because a lot of these were supposedly murderers who were hung there. Now there was some Spanish American War. Was that when they were hung? Some of the prisoners were hung there too. And the odd thing there was we got a really good female voice. And I don't think they hung women back in the day, but maybe she was a victim or maybe she was somebody from the town, because it's right in the middle of the town. They would have a little jury, have a little trial, convict them and hang them all in the same. So there was no appeal. There was no appeal.
I will go back to RJ, something you guys said there about, you know, we've been gone since November or whatever, and we're on this 2 hour time difference or whatever. We have been trying to get used to it or whatever, but we have a 6 o'clock alarm cat that goes off at 4 a.m. here because it's 6
He thinks it's time to eat.
And so, you know, that part hasn't worked out real well yet.
Yeah. You ask about the animals. He's the troublemaker. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't realize there's a time difference.
That's right.
And you know, I have to go back in my mind here because we've been on the road so long, but we went crystal digging again, and that's another very special place that we believe has a lot of alien and UFO connection and Squatch. So we didn't really have any encounters this time, but once again the feeling of when you connect with those crystals, that it's something else is involved with it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
and
heard
maybe it's just the energy from the land and the crystals being there, but it sure feels like they are some kind of I don't want to say fuel, beacon.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you guys weren't getting very good gas mileage now because of all the crystals in your.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You would not believe what we left this time. We would have never left that the first time. It's so funny how you get, I don't know. I don't want to say picky because I think all of them are beautiful and wonderful, but yeah, you got to kind of have weight distribution there a little bit. You know? And we had other campers that we gave some of the big pieces to because we just couldn't take them. I'd love to have them in my yard, but there was no way. So
Have you guys come across any rattlesnakes, scorpions?
Not yet. It was cool for a while, you know, not as cold as you guys, but I think they're kind of dormant right now. Thank goodness.
Right.
But nothing yet. We have really not seen a lot of wildlife this trip yet. Would you say mostly deer?
Deer, some antelope. We heard coyotes one night.
We heard coyotes a lot at the Crystal.
Can't.
The dogs were freaked out. So
they were probably calling for Stephanie.
Stephanie, you don't have much to say today.
I'm just like enraptured with all of this. I'm jealous and I'm happy you guys are there and are able to experience and share those experiences with us. And I don't even want to say anything because I just want to hear more and more and more.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
she is on video episodes too, so you got to get her to talk.
Yeah. She
Well,
will.
it's kind
We
of
got to
hard.
have another Ghoul Talk soon.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yes.
And I think I will be in the air. I think Elephant, I don't know. I forget how the cell service is there, but we'll see.
Yeah,
But yeah, back to Roswell, it just it's hard for me to convey the best evidence I'm feeling right now is the feeling that we had every time we've been there.
Yeah. And that's what really intrigues me is the feeling that you get. Did you feel at all that something was welcoming you back?
I did. I felt like they were ready to talk because they were so chatty. But I still felt frustrated to some point because I feel like my brain can't interpret it fast enough to understand what they're trying to tell me. So there was some frustration, and I did ask those questions. I thought I asked some good questions this time. I hope you guys think so too when you listen to them. But I asked, did you know we'd be back? Were this fast? Did you draw us? Were we drawn back here? Were we supposed to? Because my sister and brother-in-law got delayed. I don't know that we would have got to Roswell. I'm not sure because we were kind of playing around Texas and, it took us a while to get there. And who knows how different would have been if they wouldn't have been delayed. I'm not sure what our plans would have been. So it felt like we were supposed to. It felt like we were supposed to be back there. And I was kind of wondering if we should have went during the day because I wanted to have kind of the same experience. But I then decided that it was the best because we could see more. We could because I thought we could always go back at night if we had to. I don't think we had to. We spent a long time out there, as you can see from all the videos.
Yeah, we were probably there this time. Last time we were probably there for, I'm going to say 50 minutes to maybe an hour 10 or something like that before Beth got scared and says, we're getting out of here. This time we were probably there out in the desert itself there, at the site, at least 3.5, probably 4 hours.
Okay.
And I sat on the ground and talked to them, and that even felt good because I was grounded and I was more connected than maybe I was last time sitting in the car wondering what was coming up behind me.
Right. And that daytime makes it a little more comfortable for that too.
Well,
surroundings.
It just confirmed that we were where we were supposed to be because you could see, and everything and get the bearings of where everything happened and see the whole scope of things. So it made it, I guess, easier in my mind to see the layout and figure out, I think this is what happened and this was here and this was here or whatever. So, and then going back to Googling and doing research and stuff and finding the marks that we saw there and stuff that confirmed what we were seeing and stuff made it
that was so weird.
Much more fulfilling, I guess.
I was just gobsmacked. I mean, when I just thought I'm just gonna Google this farm name to see, and when it all came up about the crash site being there and everything, I was like, holy shit. we are in the right place. We are exactly, and we didn't have any preconceived ideas about that. We had Googled the time before the coordinates, and that's how we got there. And I had to dig for those, remember, to get those. And so, we kind of thought we were in the general area, a mile or so, not less than a mile. away from the site, and then to find
Okay.
out we were right there.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, even
Wow.
it was almost like the road told us where to stop.
Mm.
And I don't know. It's just incredible.
The soul knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, did you meet any interesting people that had some cool stories, or?
No, not really, because we didn't go back to the museum, or we kind of have a different feeling about the museum now because they were the ones kind of making the money off this, that they didn't want the story of the Hubcorn Ranch to be out. So, we walked around town with Becky and Steve just to show them Roswell,
Right.
but no, not really.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
well, there was some people out at the campground there at
Well, you talk.
where was it at?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bottomless Lake. Somebody was talking about it there, wanting to know if we'd seen anything. Where the campground we were at there and stuff, and a few people asked if we'd seen anything. He said, "Oh, they're all around." It's all
So
around.
there was stories everywhere. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's another thing. We went to we stayed out at Bottomless Lake State Park, which is another phenomenal place where mysterious. It's sinkholes in the gypsum that happens, and then it fills up from springs, and it takes 17 years for the water to get there.
yeah.
So the water's always at 65 degrees, no matter what. And if it's 20 degrees out, or if it's 80 degrees out, it's 65 degrees. And
Now,
they
is
didn't
it
really
fresh water?
Huh?
Is it fresh water or salt water?
It's
Spring water.
It is fresh water, but there is a lot of the gyms in it. So there's these, like they call them sinkholes or whatever, but they look
Which
like
are beautiful turquoise.
look like
color.
giant ponds or whatever.
Oh,
But there's one there that's really cool that we hiked around there or whatever. And there's pictures of it there on Facebook and stuff. That there's two different ponds and they're connected, and the one pond has so much alkaline in it that fish can't live in it. But even though they're connected, over in the other pond there, and I think these ponds are probably, I'm gonna say maybe 300 yards around each one, both of them. So, and they're connected by a swath probably maybe 10, 15 yards wide or whatever. So not, but at any rate, then the one has all kinds of fish in it, and the other one, it's too alkaline.
Yeah.
Fish won't go over
But
there.
even though the water, so it's really strange, and it's like that throughout that area there. That
So the stories are, we didn't experience it ourselves. The story is you can drop something in one sinkhole and somebody will find it in another sinkhole miles and miles and miles away. Or there's even stories about a horse that died or drowned in one and they found him in a different sinkhole. And there's stories about people losing wallets or watches or whatever, and it comes up in Carlsbad Caverns, which is close to there too, which is another really mystical, mysterious place. We went back there again, and that place is so gorgeous. But to have all that underground space, you could really see how things could hide or be
Like
in
UFOs.
exactly
without
being discovered.
detected. Yeah. But yeah, they've said that in some of those sinkholes, which was an hour or two away from the Bottomless Lake, and how far is it from Roswell to
Bottomless Lake.
No, to Carlsbad Cavern.
Carlsbad. About an hour and a half, 2 hours.
To have stuff come up in the caverns, in those spring waters in there. So lots of mystery. This is a very, it's called the land of enchantment, and it certainly is. So everything wants to stick you, though. Everything wants to get you and stick you.
Well, you know, there's a in Utah, there's a
Only Barry.
give me a moment here, will you? Okay, visual
Leave it
gone.
to map it.
So there's a Navy base in Utah
Hmm.
on a lake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And supposedly they build submarines there or something. I don't know. But, off the coast of California, there was discovered under the water this big old cave. I mean, huge. They
Right.
say you can go into that cave and come up in that lake. And they're all traveling through these volcano.
Channels, yeah.
What do you
Lava
call it?
tubes.
And they say you can get all the way there. So, and they're saying you can go all the way over everywhere on the earth through these supposedly
It's all
these caverns.
connected.
Yeah. So, and I know the Southwest is full of caves and caverns.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like around Kentucky and Tennessee is and all that. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, who knows what's under there? Even remember, well, Barry, the Navajo would say they were saved by the ant people. And,
Absolutely, yes.
when the flood came and taken underground. So
A whole
Right.
underground world.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Right.
we don't know.
Well, I haven't put it to him yet, but if we have enough energy, I mean,
He's got enough, I can tell. He's got plenty of energy.
I'm
Go,
sorry,
Barry.
it always goes off the rails, doesn't it? Always go off the rails.
Always.
But we're real close to the petroglyph. I can never say it. Petroglyphs.
Oh,
Maybe we should go out and do some EVPs and echo.
Are those
yeah.
petroglyphs? Are those like winged dinosaurs? Wait. No, just kidding.
We won't be able to get in. Isn't it after hours? So we could do it right at the gate.
Now you talking about the ones that do have like the aliens and the
Yeah.
yeah.
The-
I'd love to see
And
those.
we're only, I don't know, 20 minutes from there.
Go.
Yeah.
You
I
say
think we
go.
should video,
See what we
record.
can get.
Energy or
Keep
not,
going
you
right
gotta
now. We'll go with you.
That's a great
That's
idea,
exactly
except
what
for
we're-
internet and cell is terrible.
Yeah.
Take videos.
Thank God we're with Steve because he's got to work from his RV. So he has this huge system. I mean, even here at the RV park, that it really sucks, the internet. So,
Yeah, you guys are coming through
but
great.
we have been some magical places, huh?
You guys are coming through great. So
Yeah.
you're coming
good.
through great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he tweaked it too to get us on here, right? But yeah, I'm really excited. But if anybody out there listening, or any of you guys have any suggestions for the areas we're going, we're happy to make some journeys. So we're going to more south. My phone's doing something. More south, western New Mexico for the next 7, 8, 9 days. And then we go on to the south part of Arizona.
Are you guys going to?
Huh?
Are you going to go to the big meteorite?
We've been there before, right?
We
have
might
you?
hit it on the way back because that's in the northern section. So we're going to go through the southern right now.
And then into Joshua.
I kind of want to see. I go by Tombstone, and then we want to hit Chaco Canyon and Montezuma's Castle and stuff, and then into like say that we're going to Joshua Tree, California. So probably when we come back, we'll come back through the northern part or whatever, and we may try and stop by the crater there, and then.
And Daniel may be able to talk to this, just because a map or something says a ghost town, it usually means it's just been abandoned. I mean, it's still a cool place to go do EVPs and stuff in, but we've really found out here, Daniel, that ghost town doesn't mean there's a haunting,
We have those here too. There's lots of ghost towns here, and it doesn't necessarily mean haunting, but it doesn't stop me from going and looking either. So
absolutely,
exactly.
I had the opposite experience with the ghost town, and we would drive to Vegas every 6 months or so to go see my grandma, and on the way there was the Calico ghost town, And I'd get so excited and I'd ask my dad every single time, can we please stop? Can we stop? And he would say no. And finally we got old enough that we stopped on our own, and it's just all monetized. They have shops and souvenir shops, and they're selling this and they're selling that. And I was like, oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Is that Arkansas? Yeah. And there was a lot of hotel lore about it being haunted and everything. We tried to sneak in some videos and go down some hallways and do a little bit of EVPs and stuff down there, but it was very commercialized as well, and hard to get people to talk about it there. But some of these towns are so interesting because, like, again, with the sinkholes, what's the city that we haven't gone to yet that the main part of the road is now just a big ditch? And so there's also all kinds of tunnels under these towns now where these springs are running. Right. I don't know which town it was. It might have been something I read or did on YouTube and you didn't know about. But yeah, and I know that we're going to be by Silver City, and that's like a famous Western, but I know it's going to be, just about people having fake gun slinging stuff in the middle of the street and that kind of stuff. But there is a lot of history there. And if you could get a quiet place and really do some serious talking to them, I think you could get something. But really hard when it's so busy with all that kind of stuff going on, Right. And I would think the spirits are like this.
Here they come again, huh?
Here they are. Oh my God. I wish these people would go away.
Who we got tonight?
Yeah. So any questions?
So I'm not seeing any. We're getting people that like we do.
Yes, thank you. That makes me feel good when somebody says that they like seeing our adventures, because for a while I worried. I thought, does this seem like we're bragging and we're like rubbing it in people's face? But people are like, I want to share it. I want everybody to experience what we experiences.
Thank you.
So I'm hoping that it comes across like that, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because gosh, I do wish there's nothing more than I wish that our team was here doing the stuff with us.
Well, we wish that as well.
Yeah.
We would love to be there, but it's really cool that you share, you do the EVPs and you do the videos and you do all this stuff, and then you send it to Daniel and Stephanie, and they have to analyze everything and go over all this evidence, and then they do their part of it, and we sit here and enjoy it all.
Yeah.
So you guys are all
it's fun to see it on my Haunted Diary communion too, to see it all put together, and like
and
we all know I'm not savvy when it comes to that stuff. So I'm so happy that we have all that support that we have, because we couldn't do it without you guys. So just like Standing Rock, we couldn't have done it without you guys. So it takes a team. It really does. So
Barry,
it's exciting to have someone to send those videos to that are going to be as excited as you are about it,
Right.
Yeah. And they get to see them, and then we have to wait.
Jamie, we'd love to. I think we will be in Yuma. Yuma's in the south. We'll at least be in that area. So if you have any suggestions of places that we might do echo boxes or EVPs or whatever, let us know, because we're open to, we don't know the history of some of these states. So it'll be interesting.
So get them up on Facebook and let them know. See, and Terry too, same thing. It's great that we get to travel with you. And
we love sharing, because it's, I don't know. I just wish everybody could do it. I know not everybody wants to do it, but I wish everybody could if they wanted to. Yeah.
So wow.
What, Barry?
Daniel, I was going to say, and to you guys too, we probably will be back sometime next week up at the Big Array.
Oh, I was saying, wait a minute. What? We're going to do
Wow. You better get driving, man. You got a lot of ground to cover.
I wouldn't mind trying to set up like we did last year,
Yeah.
the
You guys are on
Yeah, we could try to do something like that. Yeah.
Coordinating and see if we can get anything to come through or whatever.
Yeah, we could try that. Yeah.
And it could be different this time. I don't know if it's still shut down for COVID, but it might be more open, which might be worse.
Right.
But we, if it's open, we can actually get closer to the satellites.
Right.
That doesn't mean we're allowed to have a phone near them, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So tell us what's been going on with you guys. I know you've been doing little mini things, Daniel and Stephanie, haven't you?
Yeah, I want to hear about their adventures too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been it's been a little bit of a slow start this year. I've been doing the mini-sodes. I've been trying to do them regularly because I want to try to do one a week. And with those, I'm just kind of exploring paranormal concepts. And basically, I've just kind of decided I'm going to take it in the direction of, we've talked about, how, an urban legend or a cryptid or whatever could be, us actually using our beliefs and our thoughts to actually create these things, to actually make something real. So we started playing around with it with the whole apple concept, because on January 1st, we found the orange way up in the tree, like 12 feet in the tree in our backyard. There's an orange, and we'd thrown some oranges out in back for the animals and stuff. But what animal took the orange up the tree 12 feet and balanced it on a branch just was very weird. So we reciprocated. We put an apple out there. Nobody's gone around the apple. So I've started to venture back out into the woods a little bit. And like I talked about last week, we're going to kind of just try and throw it out to the people that watch. And we're going to try to see if we can create our own little, maybe cryptid story out in the back there, and just see if we can actually get something to manifest with that. So that's kind of a fun experiment. And then on the regular channel, we're covering right now, like our trip to where did we go to? Colorado, Estes Park, and the Stanley Hotel and stuff. And it's funny because talking about like what you throw out there and what people are interested in and stuff, I won't say I gave up on people being interested in it, but I don't make the video for people to necessarily like be like, oh yeah, you gotta see this, because I see too much fakery on YouTube, and it really is really bad, and it's really kind of giving a bad name to, I think, everybody that's interested in paranormal and UFOs, everything, because there's so much. There's no fakery on our channel. When we put it out there, it's going to be legit. But we also, I don't even want it to just be just this straight, here's my EVP, this is this type recorder, we're part travelogue too. I mean, honestly, it's like coming along for the ride. If you're going to, if we're going to go to the Stanley, I'm going to share it out there. And right now, I can tell you that the Stanley Hotel episodes probably have a lot more humor to them than they probably have spooky stuff. So, the next episode will have a little bit of a wrap up, but really, it came down to like the adventure and seeing the area and how absolutely beautiful it was. And I was talking a little bit with RJ earlier, and I'm like, you could not only hide a Bigfoot out there in those Rocky Mountains, you could hide a battleship out there. Nobody would have to hide it. It's like you just put it out there in the middle somewhere.
Exactly.
No one would ever find it. So
don't ever tell me there's not room in the USA.
Oh, there's a lot of room out there.
Right.
miles of nothing. But
Yeah.
no houses, no cars, nothing.
So,
Miles, hundreds of miles.
and I mean, that's just one little area we're in up there in
Yeah.
the Rockies. And, but just to look at that, I said, if you were an experienced survivalist, you knew how to live off that land, you knew how to live out there, you could walk out into those woods out there, and I don't think you would ever have to encounter another human being. I think you could avoid
I agree.
humanity pretty well. So if we could do it, I'm pretty sure Bigfoot could do it as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when does our show start, Daniel? Expedition
Which
Bigfoot.
show? What's that?
Expedition
I
Bigfoot.
haven't seen a start date yet on it. So I want to say somebody had said they thought it would be like April.
Okay.
I saw somewhere out there. So, but yeah, Expedition Bigfoot.
Well,
Nice show.
Yeah,
it
it's a
is
good
nice,
show.
but I'm ready for us to do our own.
Yeah, we've got one when you guys get back
Next
in
expedition.
Gladwin. So
Yeah,
Harrison.
or Harrison, yeah.
Yeah.
Harrison?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harrison.
And I'm like
Yeah.
really antsy to get going on this one.
650
I
acres.
think about it. It's like we need like springtime to get here. We need it to get a little nicer outside, and then
Yeah.
go. So
It's
Yep.
still a little cold.
yeah,
For
a
me,
little bit.
anyways, to be traipsing through the woods.
We got some ideas coming up that we probably could use, different ideas. The last one we did. So
Right.
and I'll talk to you about that when you get back, and Barry and Beth and Barry, and I'll talk to you on the messenger, Daniel. So
Awesome.
A hotline.
So is this on, can I ask, is it on state land? Somebody's allowing us on private?
but
Cool.
600 acres, I think.
Oh, wow.
I believe it's partly private and partly state.
Oh, that's
land.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's private and then butts up to
That's right.
Mhm.
state land.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's go.
It could be pretty
And
interesting.
you added some people to the UFO con. Did I hear the speakers? Did I hear that you added a new speaker?
Well, we've only announced 2 of them,
Oh, okay.
and that's you guys probably remember Ryan Sprague. He was there in
Yep.
2019, and he does
Ancient aliens and
all kinds of stuff. Somewhere in the skies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's amazing. He's young and so passionate about finding the truth. He'll be back, and I'm really
Good.
excited
Awesome.
about that.
but we have a surprise guest. We're not going to talk about it.
I want to, but I can't.
Sorry.
But we did
That's
announce
okay.
yesterday, I think, Sherilyn Carter. Now she's an amazing young lady
Mhm.
from Michigan. She lives in Michigan. She comes to the UFO con. But she's part of MUFON. She's a remote viewer. She does C5 work.
She
just
works
all
with a lot of
kinds.
people out in the
And
field.
she's written, her own books. She's very, very fine author, and she co-wrote 2 books with Ryan Skinner about Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, wow.
So she will also be with us.
Cool.
When does that come on again?
No info on it right now. So
Yeah, we're
I keep
on
an eye
the
on these things. So
You what?
I keep an eye on these things, but there's
Daniel's the guy you want to talk to. So
no info on that yet. So there's lots of rumors, lots of stuff going on, but no real definite answers as to when there will be a season 3. So
I know they're
pick back
prepping
up.
for it because I follow a few of those people.
yeah.
Who
Lots
owns
of them
the
are,
place.
yep.
I follow them on Twitter, and I'm always, I know they're working on it.
There's even rumors that they've actually filmed some, but it's very hush hush, very quiet. They don't let a lot of people in on it and stuff. So it could show up, real soon too. Usually they kind of coincide with the Expedition Bigfoot episodes, so they're usually around the same time frame. So maybe it'll just show up on Blue, possibly.
Is that Frog Ranch or whatever? Is that like
Blind
near
Frog?
Skinwalker?
Blind Frog.
What is that about?
It's
That's pretty cool.
Poor man's Skinwalker Ranch.
Honestly, it's from what
It's-
I've read and seen,
Mhm.
it's all connected. I mean, there's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all that
It's
area.
like
property
what,
lines,
50
but
miles, 20 miles, 50 miles away. It's not even far.
Yeah.
They have some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like RJ watched it. I watched it. There's
Oh,
some
it's
stuff
already
on
been
there.
on? It's already been
Yeah,
First
on?
it's already
season,
one
the first
season.
season's
Yeah.
older. The second
you can-
season's not yet. So
But tell them about. I know
And-
I know you're going to talk about.
but I want to
Yeah.
say Cheryl Lynn Carter was also a remote viewer for
That one.
the Bullfrog Ranch.
What's
Well,
it
that-
called?
Blind
Frog?
Or
What
Blind
is it?
Frog.
Blind Frog.
The Mystery of Blind Frog Ranch. Yeah. Yeah. Something
And
like
they
that.
were digging for some reason.
Well, they're
Gold.
they're looking for gold, minerals, things like that. But they had opened up. They've had it mapped with the I don't remember what they call it, but the air. They'll fly over and they'll map like the ground, and they've realized there's like a whole cavern system that runs underneath there, and they tapped into one of those caverns, and when they did, it filled up with water. It made a little lake. So the son on the show goes diving down, and he goes through the hole into one of these caverns. And interestingly, there is a constructed box of some sort down there with timber. It doesn't look like it's got anything in it, but it is timbers designed as a box down in this cave system under the ground where there shouldn't really be anything. And so they've
Right.
kind of been looking for other ways into there and trying to figure out, and there's stories about Aztec gold.
Yeah,
and
the Aztec Gold.
yeah, there's a lot of different stories for the area. And but yeah, it's like 20 miles north, I think, of Skinwalker.
Are
It's
they
very
getting
Yeah, they're
alien
get-
activity or?
Well, they're getting
Weird.
skinwalker activity, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. And Daniel, tell about that.
There's
camera.
they caught a really weird clip of a guy on camera out there, and this guy looks like he's in some kind of a trance. I mean, he's all leaned back, he's looking up in the air. Very weird and kind of concerning because the son's family lives there on the ranch out in like a camper kind of thing out there, and I guess the guy was near that, so they were very concerned. But it's weird. I mean, to watch it, it looks like something out of a horror movie. I think, watching it, it's like, wow, could this? I mean, I hate to say something's not real because we've seen a lot of weird crap over the years,
Yeah.
So
The thing
but
about
yeah.
it is this place is really remote.
yeah.
It took somebody to get in there to do that.
Yeah. Why would he be out there doing that? It's like, I mean, you
Yeah.
never know what's
Yeah.
reality on reality
Well,
TV.
you know that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But
What's that?
And I
Well, I
wanted
don't
to address
remember what
Terry, but-
channel. What channel is it on?
we watch it on Discovery Plus, which is where we watch most everything streaming wise for those channels. So
Terry says,
Are you all into the? I think she means CE5.
Yeah,
Is that
CE5.
what you mean, Terry?
"Oh, absolutely."
Yes, we are. RJ and I do it, but we also do it as a team, and all of us, keep our eyes to the skies all the time. So, yeah, but yes,
Yeah,
we
we'll
do
have to have a
CE5.
dark sky night talk sometime after we've had some more experiences
Yeah,
with that. I
Yeah.
did lose the moon last year, if you remember.
yeah.
And I'm
Ed.
still wondering.
She shot
where
the moon this
got.
morning.
Terry, I'll tell you a little story. We were investigating in Beth and Barry's hometown, outdoors by the river one night. Clear skies, and of course I'm the one always looking up, and I was actually talking, saying, "Hey, I know you're there. Come on." And this little white dot appeared in the sky and just opened up and just shined on us and just closed right back up.
it's gone.
And there was 10 of us, and 8 of us saw it. I don't think Daniel saw it because you guys were over. You and Paul were
Petting a puppy or a
petting
cat
a little
or
black cat or
something.
something.
Oh, it was the cat. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just lit us all up, and as soon as it was there, and I said thank you, thank you so much. So, yeah, we're always our investigations. We're not just ghost hunting. We're looking at the
Everything.
skies, everything. So
Watch
anything
fairies,
paranormal.
nature.
Yeah, Terry, I don't remember right now where you live. There are some CE5 groups around Michigan, not many, but
Costa McCrae is McCrae.
he's not in Michigan.
No, but you can go to the site, and they'll show you where the teams
Right,
are.
right. Yeah, type in CE5. But yes, you can do it all by yourself. What Andrea does, and most everybody knows what Andrea Perrin does when she goes out and sings them in. It's really all about your intent. When you are out with peace and love and ask them to show up, they do.
And raise your vibrations,
Yeah.
right?
You can go through all of that stuff with the CE5. And I don't know, do you guys think it's better when we meditate together and combine our intent?
I think it's better, but
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not. I wish I was more, not dedicated. I don't want to use that word. I wish I did it more. And I wish I.
Well, we do too. You know, I mean, we're not satisfied with how much we do it, but we have classes going on now, and we're gonna do one in a couple weeks on a private class we got going. So we'll see how that goes. But we wish we did it more too, Beth.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just what it is. You do it when you can, and hopefully we can get some more this summer coming up, and you guys get back and. And
I think that's one of my blocks for time stream. I think that's what Up's about, and I think they're waiting for us to get more dedicated to doing it.
Right.
That we'll probably get more answers once we are. And we did start, and I'm embarrassed to say I helped drop the ball on us doing the monthly vibrational raising together.
Yeah, and I was talking to you, Daniel, about finding places in Michigan that have the more of a anomaly electric anomalies in the land and all that, and we can find it out of the map and try to check those areas out.
Because that's kind of the thing when you look at like the Skinwalker Ranch, Blind Frog Ranches, there are a lot of geologic anomalies there. And so, you know, so that's an interesting track to take. You know, I mean, if we go to these sites, are we going to see more? Are we going to feel more? Are we going to experience more? Can we call them in better there? You know, does it amplify our energy? Does it amplify theirs? You know, so many things. So,
you know, it's weird because I was reading a couple months ago that, you know, when people are seeing these UFOs and even they're coming out with the government and everything, nobody's really excited. It's like
it's become the norm.
Yeah, and it's like
I love it.
But somebody said, "Hey, if we're only that excited, why would they show up? You guys don't care we're here. You know, we're just going to keep on going." And it makes sense.
We kind of felt that about what we got last time. That we thought there would be more excitement about having voices, and nobody seemed that excited. And I guess we have to just live with that.
Yeah. I mean,
I get it that not everybody understands EchoVox and EVP, so that might be part of it, that they don't really get what we got.
I asked the question earlier, like if you guys had run into anybody out there, because that makes me curious. Because, like I said, as you know, I just think of the people that I played the clip for. And somewhere there should have been more recognition or more excitement of it. No, I mean, it's crazy. RJ is probably going to be like, no, it's not that crazy. But it's almost like there's a block. Like certain people are not meant to see it. They're not meant to experience it. So when it happens, even though it's right here, right next to them, they're going to turn just a little this way and they're not going to look at it. They're not going to see it. They're not going to believe it because something won't let them believe it. There's some kind of a block.
Well, if you remember how the difficulty I had sending the videos last time, I mean, I went to experts and they couldn't figure out why videos weren't coming to you. So, I don't think I didn't think that. Like we're being blocked. We're being blocked. Yeah. And so if they couldn't block us that way, maybe they're blocking us another way. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Julie?
Yeah, it's weird. You know, I mean, I this whole ghost hunting thing and this whole paranormal thing that's happening because I think the planet's moving up through the fourth dimension. I really do. And we're starting to see, that's how we start seeing this, the shadow people and everything else. And now we're seeing, as we're supposed to be going up into the fifth dimension,
higher dimension.
Yeah, raising our vibrations and everything. So it's all part of us getting ready for it. And so yeah, it's just more people are waking up. I agree they are. And but maybe some people just think it's supposed to happen, and it's not that big of a deal. It's just natural.
Right.
Well, and there are people who it's not that they don't believe it; they just don't want to see it.
Right.
Here's the hell out of
it. Messes their norm. It messes your norm up. I mean, if you see a UFO, well, guess what? Now, how do you quantify that in your? Well, I got to go to work today. I saw a UFO yesterday. You know what I mean? It's like, it should mean something a little more to them, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe they're stuck in that mundane. Maybe it is harder for them to. Maybe they can't accept that as their reality, and so they push it aside. And again, there's a block. They block it themselves. So I don't know. I've got a ton of theories. So
well, they actually were. There were some people concerned about it, and they actually had a petition that they had about 350,000 people signed saying, "Hey, we are interested in you." And I guess ever since that, basically the Pleiadians say we're going to start showing up more if you have private property, or if you have. It's not going to be a government thing, Yeah. So start getting ready. The evidence is going to be coming out where we're going to show you even more. So hopefully that starts happening. The people who are ready for it and can do it.
Right. Yeah, I think there's also the not understanding, and there's so much like Daniel was talking about before that can be faked, that people are just skeptical. That
they probably are more skeptical now. And we probably brought that on ourselves because there's too many. Even if a TV show, say Ghost Hunters on TV, even if they put on the most legit evidence, you're going to have everybody questioning it because it's Ghost Hunters on TV. They do everything for TV, right? They're not real, right? But we don't, we, as far as we know, they aren't faking all of that. It's like it's a production, but you got to take it all with a grain of salt. But everything I put out there is for real, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and we know that.
John,
there's a possibility it's not. I'm calling it out. I'll be like, well, I can't explain this, but I think it might be this. So.
Yeah, I think we're really good about that. And John, I'm sorry that you felt that you had to, that you couldn't talk about it for 6 years. That's
and back in the 80s, not many people did. And I can tell you, I really empathize with John, and I have this big connection with what he's going through since my experience, because before I had my big experience with missing time and all that, I was kind of one of those people who went, okay, I believe in it, but it's not a part
I wasn't
of my
there.
life.
I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. Yeah.
But once you go through something like this, and John knows exactly what I mean, it's trauma. It really is. And it's something that you become
obsessed with.
Because now it's not a matter of belief at that point. It's a matter of knowing. And you know that other beings exist. And you know that they can show up whenever they want. They can take you whenever they want. Really, we're like these pets in a pet store that don't really have any type of control over that. So,
it would rock the world. It would rock religion. It would rock a lot of things. So,
I heard they're working with religions now to try to figure out a way to,
calm them down,
bring it into the mainstream. They've been doing that for a long time, really, actually, but. So it's going on. It's just it's a process, and but we're getting close.
And I think, don't you guys think that the more we evolve and the closer we get to all of it, you're seeing more and more spiritual people? People are opening up to not necessarily one specific belief, but
And it's really about opening your mind, not necessarily telling you to believe something. Just have an open mind about it.
Right.
You know, because I think skepticism is good. You know, because otherwise we would be just like some of the ghost shows. Oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's a so it's an alien. You know, everything without figuring out what is true and what isn't. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it definitely. I mean, when we find out the truth about how we got here, where we came from, and all this, and it's going to change everything.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'll be right the new technology that's going to be brought upon us will change our lives, and but are we ready for it? I don't know. You know, there's some. I mean, I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to. My mind's going to be blown, but
right.
Yeah.
I mean, to turn around and meet somebody from a different planet, yeah, I would be a little probably shaking in my boots, but
right.
I'm ready. So it might not look like me,
or it might look exactly like you.
Like you.
Absolutely. But you think about it. I mean,
RJ's going to peel the face mask back. There it goes.
This is hiding it for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Underneath the beard, there's a second set of eyes and some gills down there. So
yeah. Well, it's I mean, you think about it, how big the universe is. I mean, it's unfathomable how big it is, and all the people.
You know, I think that's another thing when we start reading all this, what they're telling us happened on these little placards and stuff, and then you think that lava happened, or what was 200 million years ago? No, it was the petroglass, wasn't it?
No, they weren't 200 million.
What was the 200 million? The lava? Oh, the lava.
When it started. The first one.
It's like
that's not a long time either.
Your brain's got to expand to accept things. It's not just about our little world and our little what's happening to us right in the moment. I'm sorry,
the Earth
what?
is almost 5 billion years old. The Earth,
the
universe supposedly is 15 billion years old. Oh my God! You can imagine people out there that are so far ahead. I mean, they probably can just think about going somewhere. You know, think about it. Yeah. So,
that's where we got to get to, so we can all be together.
So yeah, we have a ways to go. I mean, I think some of us volunteer to come back here to get people ready for that, and I think all of you did. So it's it's amazing what we're going to find out. But you just can't throw it on somebody all at once, because you'd explode all that knowledge all at once. Yeah. Boom.
Thank you, Penny, for that, because that's a whole nother way of me thinking about it. Instead of being angry that people aren't embracing my experience,
right?
What if it was just for us?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
For Barry and I, and for you guys that embrace it.
That kind of puts the pressure on, because then that means they're looking for the answer from us. I don't know, man. In the end, it's like somebody's got to start coming up with something here. So
in the end, and get on the ship. Both freak me out.
Get on the ship, but you're not dead.
Yeah. That's a lot of depression I've since accepting I was so much better. Yeah, I could see how that could cause depression, Mandy.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's because it leaves you with a lot of questions.
Well, yeah, and especially when you're young.
Yeah.
And don't quite get it. And,
well, I mean, we feel misunderstood anyway. Can you imagine with your guys' experiences, even feeling more alone?
Yeah.
I don't know how much. How long were we going to go tonight? Do you mind me asking?
It's up to you guys.
Time.
I didn't want to keep you guys awake, because I know they have to work tomorrow.
Right.
And I didn't know how long we are. And I'm in somebody else's RV.
Well, because I was going to tell you, I keep seeing somebody walking around back there once in a while. I thought it was a ghost, but
it's Stephen Ghost.
Okay.
So we got a lot of things coming up when you guys get back, and I can't wait. And
And Daniel and Stephanie will go over this evidence, and at some point, all of it will
No
be
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
We'll do a show on it, and Daniel will do
His
my
communion.
Haunted Diary Communion that will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you guys will be able to see all of this, but you have to.
Now you
wait
have that
like
show
we
every
do.
week, right, Daniel?
Trying to.
You try.
Mostly. Like I said, I'm a little rough start this season, but we did 40 episodes and 2 specials last year. So 42 technically episodes, and then some of the minis. Now this year I'm going to try to do a mini every week, just because a lot of people don't have time to go watch a half an hour show. So it's like they like, the 5-minute ones. People are loving that because you know what? That's a nice little time to just like kind of get a feel for something and throw it out there. So, but there should be a new episode up again next Monday. So I usually release communion on Mondays, and then I've been doing the mini episodes on Fridays. So,
and you always post
Steph
on
and-
Facebook too.
yeah, I always link them to Facebook just because, like I said, I think that's the easiest way to find some. YouTube's algorithms are a little wonky. I mean, once you find it, you'll never. I'll be on your TV or your phone forever because you're just gonna see like every time you go to YouTube, oh look, the guy's got another new video. It's like.
They have to remember to hit that subscribe button so they do.
Yeah,
see
like
it.
and subscribe
on there, and honestly, it's helpful for us if you hit the like button. And comments are great. I mean, if somebody goes and puts a comment on there, I try to answer them all as best I can. We don't get a ton, but I would love more comments. Just or suggestions, ideas, places you'd like to see us go, places you'd like to see the team go. You can throw that at us on Facebook anytime.
Well, I have subscribed and liked, but I don't put comments down because I just contact you right after that.
Well, yeah, we usually chat anyway. So yeah, exactly. So
Steph and Deb, when I get to Elephant Butte, I'll see how the internet is, and you guys willing to do a Google Talk?
Absolutely.
Yeah, as long as
And
it's not on Thursday night because we do our classes on Thursday
Okay,
night.
I'll make sure it's not.
Yeah.
And
Hi, sweetie.
who are you saying
Hi.
sweetie to?
Alexa.
Oh, Alexi. Hi, Alexi.
Right.
Well, hello, everybody.
You guys get a chance to see that video I did with Mark Jagger at all? If you get a chance, check that out. It was different.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, we have not had.
Oh, there was one I was watching, and I didn't get
I
to watch
haven't
the
seen
whole
it.
thing. That
Well, anyway,
that was really good. Yeah.
It was pre-recorded, and it was the first time we ever did something like that. And it's cool graphics, and
okay,
yeah, if you get a chance, check that out. But
cool. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mandy.
I do have one coming up with John Shepard. He lives in northern Michigan, and he built like a huge 2-story studio. You'll see it. The clip.
I'm excited about it.
Contacting aliens through sound and frequencies, and
Oh,
back
wow.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he's still doing it.
Still doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
exciting.
so Stephanie and Deb, think of some subjects, or you guys listening right now, if you have anything you want the ghouls to talk about.
Oh, I'm gonna throw some things out there.
you know what?
Comments.
I guess just me, Barry, and then Daniel will have to get one going too.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Stud muffins.
Stud muffin.
New adventures.
Well, muffin part might be right, but
Oh,
Stud muffin ETs.
there you go.
So I'm
Talk
going to throw
about
out
the universe.
the dates for the Michigan UFO Contact are September 23rd and 24th. Tickets are on sale. They're still on sale. I've got to tell everybody there's only 3 days left. Today's the 15th. The 18th, the discounted price is off. So I just want everybody to know that. Get your tickets right away. You can either look up MIUFOcon.com or go to our Facebook page.
And I talked to Daniel. I won't mention anything, but Daniel, you might want to fill them in later about what we talked about.
Yeah, I don't think I've even told Stephanie. Or maybe I did. I don't remember.
Really?
These are
Keeping you out of the loop, huh?
fill us in or
Yeah.
fill the. Oh,
Fill you
okay.
in. Yeah, you feel good. So we got some
we can
plans
talk
for
about
him.
it on the thread or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a busy man, you know.
Yeah.
I know he. Oh my
He's a
God,
busy man.
they kill him at work. I know.
When he
I don't know.
retires, he won't be. No, he'll be
So-
more busy.
Beth and Barry, thank you guys for doing.
thank
all
you
that
for
do.
having
Thank
us,
you
Dan.
for having us.
Thank you for being here and talking about it. Daniel and Stephanie, thank you guys for
Yeah,
doing all
thanks.
the work of
Yep.
going over all the evidence. And
It's nice we get to hang out a little bit anyway. So
Yeah.
We sure love and miss
We
you guys.
miss our team.
I know,
miss
but
you
this
guys,
does
too.
help being able to see your
It does.
pretty little
It
faces.
helps the heart.
Right.
So,
For
yeah,
sure.
like I say, maybe when we get to the big array or something, we can set something up again.
yeah, I think that's a good idea, Barry. Yeah. So
Week or so.
Yeah.
We would
Daniel,
love-
you want to show your shirt before we leave? Because you showed before.
I don't know, but I don't know if that's appropriate for this.
Okay.
There's the
Yes.
top part. Get in, loser.
I'm doing.
We're doing
Doing
butt
butt
stuff.
I think that's a good note to end on.
little anal probing going on.
Little probing coming up tonight. That's right. So
Oh,
Thank
you
wait
so
a
much.
minute. Wait a
Mr.
minute.
Evan,
Can't
RJ,
end yet. This
What?
isn't gonna
We
Yeah.
love you
What's
guys.
that?
Miss
We got-
you.
Wait a minute. One more question. Have you found the
that the
contact?
contact with spiritual and the alien is related and is opening up more?
I believe absolutely so.
I think so
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, with Beth and Barry saying that now they realize how much closer they were to the crash site. Well, now, okay, are we dealing with an alien? Are we dealing with a ghost? Or are we dealing with the ghost of an alien?
I know. That's what I said. Is this a ghost alien?
That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
no.
because
Right?
1, 2, or possibly 3 did pass away there.
Yes.
They were killed.
So who knows? And again, when they pass away, they may not, maybe it's easier for their spirit to linger there than ours would maybe wander or whatever. Maybe they don't. There may be differences. So
And I think I asked, is this a sacred place that you come to because of losing loved ones here?
right.
It could be. What I'm also getting
doesn't-
might be people that are beings that think this is a sacred space.
Mhm.
Right.
Or maybe they come back just to talk to you guys
Maybe.
because they know,
I would be honored.
you feel you were called there. You
Yeah.
end up in the same spot 2 years in a row and you're getting evidence both times.
Yeah.
Is that
I
a
can't wait to hear
coincidence?
what you guys hear from that.
Yeah.
Because it's always important to have fresh ears too. So
Right.
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 yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I'm wanting to hear may not be what they're saying. So
Right.
it's nice to have that. So I thank you guys for that.
Love you guys.
Hey,
Love
peace.
you guys.
All right.
They do it like this
Bye.
now. I don't
And
know.
we will
Love
see
you, like say.
Dab.
Thank you all.
Dabbing.
Oh, am I doing it wrong?
It was great to have contact.
Okay. All
Love
right.
you
Love
all.
you
And I
guys.
enjoyed our communion as well.
Yes.
All
Absolutely.
right. All right. Love you
Love you
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to go.